I'm Ashlee Marie, and today we are making cheesecake chimichangas. So good. Seriously, they're amazing. I can't wait to show you how easy they are to make. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming recipes, and let's get started. So we're gonna prep for this chimichanga just like we're putting together a normal cheesecake. We're gonna start with our crust. So I'm just using graham crackers this time, but any cookie you can crumble, you can turn into a crust. Since this is already gonna be so odd because it's a fried, chimichanga cheesecake, I'm going with just pretty standard ingredients. Now, of course, you can just toss these into a food processor and process the whole crust. I just kind of hate to clean things by getting them dirty, unless it's actually gonna make things easier. And honestly, crushing graham crackers in a bag with a rolling pin, super easy, kind of lethargic, and I can just toss the bag afterwards. I'm gonna add some sugar and then add some melted butter, and then just knead that together in the bag. Now it's time to make the filling for our cheesecake. Now this is the exact same recipe I use as a base for all my cheesecakes. It's my classic cheesecake recipe that you can see the video for here, along with tips and tricks for the perfect cheesecake. And here you can see how I change it up into different flavors. I use an example of a maple bacon, but I use these techniques of changing my cheesecake for making all kinds of recipes. And in the description box down below, I'm a little cheesecake obsessed. You can get links to all of my other cheesecake recipes, pistachios with a macaroon crust and peanut butter cup and all sorts of goodness. So this is the exact same recipe, but instead of using the full 3 pounds, which makes a lot, I'm cutting it into a third. So I'm using 1 pound of cream cheese to get started. We're gonna beat that till it's smooth. And then we're gonna add our sugar. Now add the vanilla. Now notice I'm using my hand mixer instead of Vera, my big, huge Bosch mixer. I get a lot of questions about if you can make this cheesecake without having a stand mixer, and the answer is yes. It's really about the room temperature ingredients. My cream cheese was completely room temperature, and it just beat right up super easily with this. Now, I don't know that you could hand mix this, but hey, go for it. If you've got the muscles, which I don't, you could probably totally make this cheesecake by hand mixing it. It's really about getting the chunks and the sugar and the vanilla completely incorporated and smooth before moving on. Once you add the eggs, you do not want to overbeat this. This is like a barely incorporated thing, and that's my biggest tip for not cracking your cheesecakes. Now, since we don't have to really worry about cracking because we're frying them, not quite that big of a deal this time around, but because I want the cheesecake texture to be just right, I'm still not going to overbeat this. And that's it, just 30 seconds. If you worry that you didn't get your eggs beat in enough to incorporate through the whole thing, as long as they're broken up, you can just kind of hand stir at this point and get the eggs throughout. Now we're gonna put together our chimichanga. So I have some 6-inch tortillas. I'm gonna take some of my crust, and I have this in a piping bag just to make it easier. If you try to use a spoon and spread it, it'll actually just pick up the crumbs as it goes, and I don't want that. And this way I get the right thickness that I'm looking for. Sides, bottom, and bottom. And then I'm using a toothpick to hold it together and keep it closed. We'll pull that out after we fry it. I want to cook these in hot oil at 350 degrees. Now, if you have a fryer, of course, it's a great way to go. I love my fryer, I use it all the time. But you can totally make this on the stove in a saucepan with hot oil. Just make sure that you're using a thermometer so you know that your oil is the right temperature. After about 2.5 minutes, you want to flip them over. About 5 minutes in total. After you pull them out of the fryer, let them drain for just a couple seconds on a rack and paper towels before sticking them inside the cinnamon and sugar mixture. Remember, these are hot, so don't stick your hands in there. All right, put it back to the side and do the next one. You don't want to wait too long or the cinnamon and sugar won't stick. And it's all done. Seriously, such a simple recipe. And you can change it up by adding different toppings. Now, I like cherry pie filling, but you can go with apple pie filling or blueberry filling or caramel sauce or chocolate sauce. And in addition to that, you could also change up the filling flavor too. I'm thinking my caramel cheesecake is going to rock as a cheesecake chimichanga. I'm just saying. Now this recipe makes 12 chimichangas, so actually froze 6 of them before frying, and then next time I want them, I'll just warm up some oil and fry those. We'll have fresh cheesecake chimichangas, and we're gonna enjoy these 6 for now. Oh, look how good this looks. That center looks amazing. All right, time for that bite.
that crunch. Oh, yeah. This is amazing. Seriously, so good.
I actually had my first cheesecake chimichanga at a restaurant a couple months ago, and I fell in love. I was completely obsessed with it. I couldn't wait to make it myself. And now that I finally have, it's so much easier than I even expected it to be. It tastes amazing. The results are perfection. I seriously can't wait to make this again and again and again. So in the comment box down below, let me know what flavor of cheesecake you want to make your first cheesecake chimichanga out of, or what topping would you do. Also, if you have a recipe idea that you want to see in 2017, don't forget to let me know as well. I want to make sure that I am making recipes that you want to learn about and see more of. I have a lot of really awesome cakes and recipes planned, so don't forget to subscribe. You're not going to want to miss these. And thanks for watching. So good.